How's it going, my low ELO kings and queens? Welcome back to another first look at WildRift patch 3.2b. So it seems, and it's becoming very obvious, that the devs are trying to crack down on the amount of leaks that they are having in terms of the patches, and to me, I'm happy with that, because then everyone gets to see it. But then for the people who don't see this or miss it on Twitter or don't quite see the post, and this video is for you. It's a bit of a breakdown and a bit of my thoughts on the new patch buffs and nerfs and adjustments. But the first buff, guys, I don't quite agree with. Draven is pretty much holds his own already. We didn't need to give him a whole 10% attack speed boost. He's just been given the capability of lethal tempo if he wanted to. He doesn't need that gold rush even quicker. That gold difference would make him even more powerful just for getting his first item quicker. And his blood rush cooldown has been reduced by 2 seconds. Obviously, that is his second ability. This one, maybe I do agree with. Master Yi, he was buffed a few patches ago and then mega nerfed again. But we now see a Alpha Strike buff on Yi. So obviously, his bonus damage to monsters has been increased on Alpha Strike, which can only make his wave clear and jungle rotation a lot quicker. So maybe I might enjoy playing Yi. Or maybe even a Yi video might drop next. Morgana's in a funny position. She can be played very well, and then other times she can be pretty bad. I'm guessing this buff is more towards the laning Morganas rather than the jungle Morganas, because recently Morgana had quite a bit of buffs in terms of jungle Morgana rather than lane Morgana. You do see lane Morgana struggle right now, but jungle Morgana is still very annoying, so we'll see how this buff works out for her. Tristana, again, she's a mid to late game champion, so maybe this base attack damage increase we'll see her shine in her early game. So the next buff I'm really excited about. For those who've been in my stream, know that when I was first playing WildRift and when Wukong got released, I was a jungle main, and Wukong was my go-to jungle. I really enjoyed playing Wukong, but then he slowly, as more champions came out, I felt his utility sort of just dwindled. But now we're seeing a buff on Wukong, so base attack damage buff. His first ability is now getting a higher AD ratio. Nimbus Strike Cloud is doing its damage increase as well. So overall, it's basically a damage buff. So on his ultimate ability, he's got the cooldown of his second cast of his Cyclone, so that can be pretty clutch. Even if it's just 0.6 seconds, it still can make a whole lot of difference. Cyclone movement speed gain 30% over time has gone down to gain 20% instantly, so that's good. So you're no longer waiting for that movement speed to kick in, that increase of movement speed, you are going to get it straight away. And then on to Xayah. So Xayah has had a buff as well. It is her third ability, Blade Caller damage, which I've always thought is quite underwhelming. It'd be even more underwhelming if it didn't have some sort of root in it. But no, they're increasing the damage ever so slightly on Xayah's third ability. Onto the champions nerf, guys. So Evelyn, I feel like they are slowly working her down again to become more of like an assassin. Do I agree the base movement speed decrease? Probably not. I mean, the base health decrease and the health per level has been increased. So you see a base health decrease, but then health per level is increased by 10. So that'll probably end up just like evening out itself in that nerf there. But it's good to see that they are reducing her health, because she's meant to be an assassin. She's not meant to take a lot of damage. She's meant to be able to go in there, get a few kills, and make sure she can get out to then obviously run wild and get more kills. And then on her second ability, so her allure slow charm duration has been decreased. So the maximum duration of her charm now is 1.75 seconds. We have an Aurelia nerf, so this one I can be seen championed quite a bit, because Aurelia again has become broken. So Flawless Duet, so her third ability, the base damage on that has been reduced ever so slightly, and then on her ultimate, Vanguard's Edge, wall slow duration has gone down by 0.5 seconds. So this is quite major things. So if Aurelia doesn't utilize her ult properly now, she has less time for the team to make use of that slow. So this could be a big nerf for Aurelia. Lulu, so Whimsy movement speed has gone down by a whole 10%, which could be useful, especially if Lulu is pairing with like Vayne or Jinx. So fingers crossed this really helps the ADC lane. And then her ultimate Wild Growth health has been reduced in how much health she gives the enemy champion. And we do see a nerf on Yumi's passive. So for those who don't know what Yumi's passive is, so it is basically periodically her next attack basically becomes unstoppable. And then if it hits, it grants her a shield as well, and mana and health. And then that shield stays on until it is broken. So it stays on there until it's chipped off finally. And obviously if she is with a ADC, that shield goes onto the ADC. But the cooldown has been increased on that passive, so less shields for the ADC boys. Adjustments, so all base boots have gone down by 100 gold. So all base boots now cost 400 gold. And all upgraded boots cost 600. So it's still that flat rate of 1,000 golds to build your boots, but your first level boots are now dropped by 100 gold, which would make for an easier acquisition of boots at level 1. So we might see some... I'll actually buy boots now. I know that they're 100 gold cheaper. System and item buffs, so Keystone, Electrocute, so the base damage for Electrocute has been buffed. So we're seeing nerfs on Evelynn. Most people probably do use Electrocute Keystone with Evelynn, so we're seeing a base damage increase, which would help her assassin ability. And we've just seen Morgana get a buff as well, so we are now seeing... Even though Morgana's buff is less about damage and more about her utility and cooldowns, if you use Electrocute with Morgana, you are going to see more damage with Morgana as well. Resolve bone plating, so the cooldown of bone plating itself has been reduced by 5 seconds, and the damage reduction has been increased as well by a whole 5 points. Smite, health regen when damaging jungle monsters, is gone from 30 per 5 seconds to 40 per 5 seconds. So this is a really big help for junglers, especially those that have just engaged and then are just going back to a jungle camp to get some health, and so they can dive back in. This is going to be fantastic for Wukong. So you could use your Nimbus Cloud Strike to jump onto a warded camp, get some health back, and then jump back into the team fight and even possibly ult again. You probably will see a bigger play rate of Wukong now. Even by myself, I might start playing Wukong and jungle a little bit more. And me and jungle, we're like this. We're falling apart, man. We're falling apart. We're gonna heal those wounds. And then onto the system items nerfs. So the last little bit, guys. Keystone Font of Life, so the melee cooldown reduction has gone down to has gone up by 2 seconds, and the range cooldown, or cooldown lol, has gone up to 3 seconds. Red Brambleback's base health has been decreased as well, and Blue Sentinel's health has been decreased by 100 points. So that is all for the first look at patch 3.2b, guys. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I think this is a healthy patch overall. I think they probably could have ruled out the Draven buff. I don't think Draven needs a buff, especially in attack speed, base attack speed. But anyway, that's my opinion. For the rest of the patch, it seems pretty fine, pretty fair. It doesn't really affect any of my mains. Big up your boy Vega. He's still going strong. He's still OP. So until I see a Vega nerf, I'll still be rocking Vega. But anyway, guys, yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Leave a thumbs up and don't forget to sub. And I will see you on the next video. Take it easy, guys.